Hi everyone! Today we are going to talk about some lower density, more natural looking choices. Specifically, I'm going to focus on 3 styles from Belle Tress Cafe Collection in 3 different lengths. If it sounds like something you might be interested in, please stay with me and I'll be right back. Hello, my name is Veronica and I'd like to thank you for joining me today on Spare Hair Love Affair, a YouTube channel designed to help you navigate the somewhat complex world of alternative hair. I am partnered with TL Wigs, an online wig retailer, to bring you honest reviews. Today we are going to be talking about 3 very natural to light density wigs from Belle Tress. I encourage you to visit the link below for tlwigs.com, which is where I purchase all of my wigs. TL Wigs carries all of the major brands and additionally offers unparalleled customer service. From a personal perspective, folks, I live in the middle of nowhere. There are more cows in the state in which I live than there are people. I also have a Target near me, approximately 150 miles away. So I do a whole lot of online shopping. And as someone who wears wigs every single day, I have done my share of online shopping for wigs. And I can tell you that I have landed at the online wig retailer with which I feel the most comfortable and I feel like a valuable member of the community, and that is TL Wigs. TL Wigs is large enough to have a huge selection with every manufacturer and every product that I need, but at the same time there's incredible customer service and I'm more than just a number. So I really encourage you to check out TL Wigs, give us a shot, and additionally come on over to our Facebook support group. It's called TL Wigs Facebook Support, Inspiration and Education Group, and there you can learn from so many people who are probably having some of the same challenges or struggles or experiences that you might be having along your wig journey. So please visit us there. I've also put the link in the description box for that. Also, being part of that Facebook group is where you are going to be first to know about the various promotions that are being offered on the TL Wigs commerce site. So I invite you to please come and see us. I think you're going to be really pleasantly surprised. If you haven't already, I'd like to ask you to please hit the subscribe button. That way I can continue to bring you content. Additionally, I have put in the description box of this video a direct product link for each of the 3 wigs that we'll be discussing today. If you have stumbled across any of the other videos that I have on my channel, you're going to pick up on the fact that I really heartily recommend that you check out other wig reviewers and all the information that you can get your hands on regarding different wigs. Buying wigs can be a really expensive process. It can be full of trial and error, and there's a really huge learning curve associated with alternative hair wearing, whether you are doing it because of hair loss or you're doing it just for fun. And TL Wigs actually has several reviewers that work with the company. If you're interested in a specific wig, take a look and see if one of our reviewers has actually had a chance to offer their perspective on it. Might give you a little bit of insight. Going back to the TL Wigs Facebook Support and Inspiration Group, I just want to say that I know that this September is National Alopecia Awareness Month. Not quite sure I have alopecia. We're not quite sure what in the world I have. All I know is that my head looks like a patchwork quilt. I'm really fortunate in that a lot of the physical problems that I had associated with that hair loss have really taken care of themselves, and I have had several really severe neurological issues that were being considered ruled out as diagnosis, so I'm very, very relieved with that. But I was reading through our Facebook posts yesterday, and some of our members wear wigs simply for convenience and for fashion. Others are wearing them because they have experienced hair loss. And I actually shared a story of my own on there, in that I was extremely excited when my biological hair began to grow back. And I ran with it. I was so incredibly excited to have hair of any kind coming back. I really didn't care how crappy it was. But my gosh, was it crappy. It looked absolutely terrible. In fact, every day I would tell my husband to refer to me by a different cartoon character's name. In fact, just last week, I think I told him to call me Bart Simpson because that is how out of control my hair was. It was coming in incredibly different textures, different consistencies, and actually even different colors. When I'm talking about a patchwork quilt, guys, I'm not kidding. And I was fortunate enough to learn from support groups, both with TL Wigs as well as other support groups online with other wig sisters and hair loss sisters, that it's not all that unusual, that sometimes it does take a while for hair to discover or determine what its new texture and what its new look is going to look like. So my husband said, if you're not happy with that, why don't you just get rid of it? Why don't you buzz it again? And I thought, gosh, why don't I? I'm not happy with it. And so that's what we did on Friday night. It was a really wild evening around here. And so the hair's buzzed again. We're going to give it a shot. And I thought, you know, I'm just so incredibly grateful for wigs. But it took me a while to be this comfortable in my own wig journey. And one of the comments that I've seen on not only my own reviews, but on other people's reviews, because I do follow my own advice, folks. I watch reviews from so many people out there who put out incredible information and really have helped me to become more educated, and even as a consumer. A lot of people are not comfortable having big hair in which they feel wiggy. Personally, I am a child of the 80s, and I say the higher the hair, the closer to heaven, and I love big hair, and I cannot lie. I am just full of cliches today, guys. But some people are really not comfortable with that. They are really looking for something that is a lot more realistic in terms of density. And so what I thought I would do is put together a video today for you in 3 different styles of wigs that I actually own. They're all from Belle Tress Cafe Collection. 3 different lengths. They are all blondes, but they are 3 different shades of blondes that I thought may help you a little bit. Chances are you may have seen reviews on these different wigs prior, but they are probably the lightest density and most realistic density wigs that I own. And so I wanted to share those with you. What I'm wearing right now is Belle Tress's Peppermint. This is a heat-friendly wig. All of the wigs that I am going to show you today are heat-friendly fibers, meaning that they can be styled with heat tools. This one is in Tres Leches Blonde, which I guess from a technical perspective means 3 milks, and it's kind of a blend in the rooting that's kind of interesting. It's got light, medium, and dark blondes, and then it is blended to a much lighter degree all through here. And we've got a little bit of layering. I'm going to come a little bit closer to the camera so you can see. We've got some layering, but this is a very, very, very lightweight wig. The density and the denier of these fibers, in my opinion, is extremely realistic. I'm going to do what I kind of call the ponytail test. When you put these fibers together, when I put them together, this is all I'm getting, folks. This is it. So I'm hoping you're able to see. This is all we've got. I think this is very, very believable. But I'll just give you a quick view from all sides. We do have a complete lace front on here. We have a mono part. It is a left-sided mono part. We've got our ear tabs. There's not an extended nape on this. Give you a real quick view here of the front. And I almost forgot, but if you are interested in dimensions, bang section here, we're looking at about 8 inches. On the sides, around 11. The nape itself is 9, and the back is between 15 and a half inches. All right, folks, the next piece I would love to share with you is Anatolia, also from Belle Tress Cafe Collection. She also is in a heat-friendly fiber, and believe it or not, she is different. It's kind of the middle version of the 3 wigs that I am going to share with you today. And Anatolia is in probably my favorite Belle Tress color, and that is British Milk Tea. Based on what I've seen online, folks either love British milk tea or they think it is the ugliest color they have ever seen. I am a British milk tea lover. I think it is a chameleon of a color. Depending on what you're wearing and where you're standing and what kind of light is coming in on you, she looks very, very different. According to the manufacturer's website, it is a blend of 8 different tones of brown and blonde, and it is supposed to register as both warm and cool depending on what kind of light you're in. My opinion is no matter what kind of light I have been in, it has always been a cool tone. I love it. I am a glutton for a really good ashy tone, and I absolutely love British milk tea. But the primary difference that we've got with this wig, Anatolia and Peppermint, is going to be a little bit of length in front, a center monofilament part versus the left monofilament part that we had in Peppermint, and a little surprise in the back. Our dimensions on this one are 9 inches on the sides, a back of 11, and a nape of only 3.5. So take a look at this. We have a really, really sharply angled bob. And by the way, I would also consider this obviously a very, very realistic density. One thing I want to mention is that you do not want such a light density that when the wind blows, you are seeing wefts. So there really is a happy medium. I feel that Anatolia is another one of those pieces that fits the bill. She's very natural looking, but she definitely provides enough coverage. Now, what I especially love about this wig is that, as I mentioned, I live in the middle of nowhere. I live in the Midwest where it gets cold during the winter and it stays cold for a very, very long time. Turtlenecks are my friend. And turtlenecks are not very good for synthetic wigs, whether they are regular synthetic or heat defiant synthetic. And what I love about Anatolia is that she's short in the back, so you don't have nearly as much friction. So I get the best of both worlds. I get the look of Peppermint in the front with Anatolia, but I have that shortness in the back. She's also got a beautiful hairline, just like her sister Peppermint, and it goes all the way across. Ear tab coverage is very good, and we do not have an extended nape on this one either. So this is Anatolia, and she is in British milk tea. And finally, this is Morning Brew, the shortest of the 3 Belle Tress styles that I consider to be extremely natural or light density. Morning Brew is featured in this video in the color Butterbeer Blonde, which is pretty much a medium brown root and then a mixture of sandy blonde with pretty much light blonde and ash blonde highlights. The sides on this one are slightly layered also in between 6 to 10 inches. Nape's about 4 inches. The back on this one is a total from crown to the end of 13 inches. And again, very, very light. For people who aren't into considerable amount of length, she's definitely a good one. Now, of the 3 wigs that I've shown you, I did not mention permatease on either Anatolia or Peppermint because, in my opinion, there truly is not any. There is a little bit from my perspective here on Morning Brew. Not very much, but a very tiny bit right here. And I think that's a little bit necessary in order to give this some shape. As far as the components of this piece, we do have a left mono part. We have a full lace front again that is running all the way temple to temple. We've got some really good sturdy ear stays, and the coverage is very, very good on this piece. And we've got those really realistic, light, airy fibers that are heat friendly and are part of the cafe collection. So if you wanted to apply heat to this, you sure could. Movement is super wonderful. And again, this one sits just above collar height. So we are going to get some good wear out of this. It's not going to have the friction that some of the longer pieces are going to have. But since this is the last one I'm putting on, I'm going to take this off quickly for you, and I am going to show you the inside, because this cap construction is pretty similar to the other two with the exception of the placement of the part. The one that is different is your Anatolia. Like I said, that is a fixed center mono part. This Morning Brew and the Peppermint are a fixed left mono part. So let's take a quick look at this. Okay, so as you can see, we have a full lace front and a nice piece of monofilament that is going into our fixed left mono part right here. This is the area in which there is a little bit of permatease, not very much at all, but there is just a little bit to support the construction or the shape. We've got our felt covered ear tabs here. We have our adjustable straps here in order to make the circumference larger or smaller. We have open wefts and a very stretchy cap, and our nape is not extended on this piece either. So there are the basics of this cap. I am going to put each one on and take you outside for just a second. Hopefully I'll be able to capture these colors for you real quickly in outside light, so hang on. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope this information was useful to you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'd like to leave you with this, in the words of Serena Williams. Every woman's success should be an inspiration to another. We are strongest when we cheer each other on. So remember to wear that wig and wear it proudly. And I will see you next time on Spare Hair Love Affair. Bye.